Okay, so this movie review is for Krampus, the 2015 release of... Here's the thing. I saw the trailer for this movie and I was like, cool! A demon that takes away your shitty family! I want a demon to take away my shitty family! Then I saw it was by Michael Dougherty? Something other? Dougherty? And it was like, he's the guy from Trick or Treat. And that was a pretty cool movie. I didn't actually see the whole thing. I saw a couple clips of it, but everybody I knew that saw it was like, man, this movie is hella scary. And I'm like, alright, okay. Sounds like a good time, right? Meh. Here's the first thing. First off, you know, in the first 10 minutes of this movie, that this guy's family pretty much stink. For the most part, they stink. The kid is the scapegoat of the family. Everybody treats him like crap, and everybody else stinks. And you're like, well, okay, the grandma I kind of like, and the dad and the mom are okay, but the in-laws don't deserve to be breathing my air. Alright, so yeah. And the characters are conflicted. There's one character, the fat aunt, and I'm a fat guy, so I looked at her and said, well, okay, I can sympathize, and she's hard to live with, but she's the person that is very, very clear on how she feels. She's not going to dress it up for you, and people just kind of take that the wrong way. So I'm digging the groove at this point. And then this movie happens, and it's not that it's bad, it's not that it's good. It feels like there are two different movies here fighting with each other. One is the horror movie that is about demonic toys, and the other one is the comedy that is about Krampus. And, I mean, there were a couple of scenes that I saw and laughed here. I didn't think this was a horror film, though. I thought it was a horror comedy. And it's definitely not enough comedy to be a horror comedy, but it's definitely not enough horror to be a horror movie. And it's like, okay, well, I guess Jack in the Box is scary there, but here is the problem with it being a horror movie, is it's not establishing clear rules. There have to be 100% absolute clear rules as to what's going on here. Freddy Krueger is a monster that comes and attacks you in your sleep. He attacks children. The rules aren't the clearest in the world, but I get it. I understand the Freddy thing. There are other rules that apply to Freddy, like you can pull him into reality and hurt him there. With Krampus, it's like, I am not sure why Krampus comes in this movie. I'm familiar with the Krampus legend, which is about an evil demon that shows up on Christmas and beats the crap out of shitty children. Okay, and then I think at some point it became eats the children, and then after that became drags them to hell. So yeah. You've got demon monster / anti-Santa that deals with bad kids. Originally, what he did was he passed out coal, and he beat up a couple of kids, swacked them on the bottom for being naughty, and that was it. It's like, okay, in people who have that tradition, Santa gives good kids toys and ignores bad kids, and then Krampus comes out there and teaches the bad kids a lesson. So I get that. That would have been a better story than this. Had it just been, all he wants to do is give you a piece of coal and whack you on the bottom a few times, and then he's going to leave you alone, I actually thought that would have been a better movie than this, which I don't get. That's kind of the thing. And the Krampus story, he doesn't make toys or anything. He's not that kind of anti-Santa. He just has a stock full of coal that he gives to bad kids. So, yeah. You know, where these demonic toys came from, I guess he upped his game at some point, and that's what he's doing. So it's like, it would have been cool if there was a horror movie just with the demonic toys and Krampus's helpers. You could have taken that out and had that be its own movie, and then had another movie being Krampus. Okay? That's just my thing. This movie is muddled. Then there was the other thing I really hated about this movie, which is that it ended 3 times. There were 3 distinct endings to this movie. It's like, did you feel you didn't have enough runtime, So you started to, okay, the movie's over, what do we do? Well, let's add another ending. Okay. Well, okay, the movie's over and we still need some more time here, so let's add a third ending just to... Look, I would have liked this movie a lot better if they had cut out the second ending and only had the first and the third. I would have liked this movie even better if they had saved that second ending for another movie and maybe the third for another movie because, well, I mean, this is our day and age, and you know they're going to make a Krampus too because if there's a market for it, they're going to make it. It's just how that is. All in all, Krampus is not the worst horror movie I've ever seen. It's just not a good horror movie. I mean, if you like to see movies, to see really good visuals and be entertained, I think you're going to enjoy this film. It is a visually stunning movie. It is simply a plot crappy movie, and that plot crappiness is what's going to be the problem. So if you want to watch plot crappy movies, maybe the AMC by me has a bar now. So what I would do, I would go out there, get myself some Wild Turkey 101, like maybe a Wild Turkey and Coke, and down that while I'm watching the movie, and then you watch the movie, and then it's a lot better on alcohol. Past that, I mean, I didn't hate it, I just didn't like it. I would have liked it better if it was a little more focused, if there were clearer rules and there was a more set and understandable plot. That's my thing. I'm into the craft wasn't there. That's my take on Krampus. If you see it, I hope you enjoy it more than I did, because it's the Christmas season and we should all be happy and enjoying things. I'm Richard.